Hey, this is David Drinks coming to you from the Med Gym, and today I want to talk with you about some functional training concepts and some specific core exercises that we use here with our clients at the Med Gym to help them improve their movement, stay safe while training, and improve their overall function and fitness. So to go from training the traditional way of core exercise where we're focused on flexing and extending to more of a functional and also a spine-friendly method of core training, we're going to talk about how the core is actually designed to function in everyday life. And so the core and the spine are these unique structures that are made to allow movement, but also to stiffen and to stabilize and protect the spine against excessive movement and excessive stress and strain. And what happens a lot of times when people throw their low back out, they do a movement and they create pain in their low back, is that they're not effectively stiffening and stabilizing 360 degrees around the core, kind of like the role of a lifting belt that stiffens and stabilizes. But you have your own internal lifting belt, which is all these ab muscles and core muscles that we need to train people how to stiffen and stabilize so that they don't throw their low back under the bus. So the first concept is just baseline stiffness and stabilization in a neutral spine position. So to do this, we're going to set up in a curl up position. So for this one, we're going to put the hands under the lumbar spine, and we just want to get it right up above the top of the pelvis, maintain the normal lumbar curve. And so we want this neutral spine where there's a normal curvature in the spine and we're not doing excessive flexion or extension of the back. We're also going to have one leg bent and one leg flat. So we take the hip flexor muscle group a little bit out of this. As those hip flexors engage as you go to do like a crunching or sit-up exercise, that puts even more compression on the spine. So we're going to do a very lumbar spine friendly ab exercise, and we're going to focus on the 360 degree stiffness and stabilization around the core. So I'm going to have Cade just do a very small movement, unweighting the head and the shoulders off the ground, not flexing, but just stiffening, stabilizing. Everything here stays exactly the same. We're just creating a little bit of a lift, holding, breathing, and then coming right back down. So we're going to hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds. We're going to create some stiffness and stabilization, but we're also going to relax so that we get this repeated reflexive stiffening, stabilization around the spine, relax, contract again, stiffen and stabilize. And that's how the core is meant to function in everyday life. So we train the abdominals in that manner, and then we're going to go up and do a bird dog exercise to talk about the back extensors. So as he flips over here, we've got these muscles on the back of the body, and instead of doing some flexing and extending of this lumbar spine, we're going to create stiffness and stabilization in a neutral spine. So I'm going to have you just do some flexion and extension. So he's going to find this neutral spine position by flexing, extending, and going to right in the middle of those two, where it feels like he's in the middle. And then I'm going to ask him to just brace, stiffen, stabilize. And now we're going to create motion, not at the spine, but at the hip and at the shoulder. So I'm going to have him stabilize here and do opposite arm and leg extension. And now we're training the body to create movement at the extremities while we stiffen and stabilize at the core. So you can see as we walk through those different types of core exercises that we're taking some of the traditional core training concepts of bodybuilding and creating a muscle burn by flexing and extending the spine and flipping that to more of a functional and a safe way of training the core muscles so that we can teach people how to train their bodies in a way that keeps them safe and healthy, reduces the risk of injury, and also trains their body in a way that how it functions in everyday life so that they can go out, they can move better, feel better, and live better.